How to change the transmission fluid in a 2007 Toyota Tacoma V6 PreRunner. Number 1. Identify these three plugs: the refill plug, the drain plug, and the overflow plug. Number 2. Understand how this works. As opposed to a dipstick, the overflow plug is the only way to tell if you filled the transmission with enough fluid. Just fill it up until it starts to drip out the overflow plug. At that point, you've got enough. Number 3. Make sure you obtain the right tools. You need a 15/16 socket, a 9/16 socket, and a 3/18 Allen wrench. You're also going to need a funnel of some kind. I made this little funnel out of a cup and some PVC pipe. A hose or something is going to work, but you'll have to make sure that the hose is able to snake out from under the car high enough so that gravity can do its thing. And finally, number 4, follow this simple process. Unplug the refill and overflow plugs. Drain the fluid from the drain plug. Screw in the drain plug very snug but not over tightened. Fill the fluid through the refill plug hole only until it starts to drip out the overflow hole. At that point, you want to screw in the overflow plug and then refill, and also the refill plug. You may also want to top off the fluid with an extra 0.1 or 0.2 liters of fluid after plugging the overflow plug. I don't do this, but some mechanics recommend it. Now, get to work, or watch the rest of this video to make sure you're doing it right. Now, I forgot to mention, make sure that you use authentic Toyota transmission fluid. Sometimes Toyotas can be finicky. Also, don't forget your oil pan. And here's a better picture of the funnel that I created. You can see how I created it out of PVC pipe, and then I just used a soldering iron to cut off the top half of the cup. And then it fits nicely into the hole of the transmission you'll see in a second. So right here I'm looking at the drive shaft, and if you look forward just a bit, you see the plug on the right. That's the refill plug. And as we go under the transmission, we see the transmission pan. This first bolt right here is the drain plug, and this next bolt right here is the overflow plug. And again, above you've got the refill plug right there on the right. First I'm going to undo the overflow plug using the Allen wrench. And if you haven't already loosened the refill plug, use the 15/16 socket to unscrew that bolt. Next I'm going to use the 9/16 socket to undo the drain plug. Now once the transmission fluid is done draining, go ahead and put the drain plug back in. You just need to get it snug. Don't over tighten the drain plug. In fact, don't over tighten any of the bolts that you plug in. Now you're going to have to fix the funnel that you've created, whether it's a hose or a funnel like the one I've made. You're going to have to get it into the hole, and it's going to be difficult, but you're going to have to be able to put the transmission fluid into the top of the funnel and let it fill into the transmission. You should only have to fill about 1.5 quarts, and at that point it's going to start dripping out of the overflow valve. At that point, go ahead and cap both plugs, the overflow and the refill plug, and you're good to go.